The 2008 financial crisis and the aftermath was sort of the defining event of my, the defining political event of my adult lifetime, the crisis and especially the aftermath. And I had an interesting glimpse of it. I was, as we've discussed, I was a political reporter for The Atlantic at the time. And in my day job, I got to embed with Tim Geithner, Barack Obama's Treasury Secretary, right when Obama took over, sort of at the depths of the crisis. But I was also a freelance columnist for the Boston Globe, and got to know Elizabeth Warren a little bit before her real political career, because she was such an important Boston figure, and because a lot of Democratic senators, Chuck Schumer and Harry Reid in particular, had kind of grasped onto her as being this important advisor and had brought her to Washington. And as soon as the Obama administration took over, she became, or maybe it was even before then, she became the oversight cop, or one of the oversight cops for the bailout money. So she now had this public platform. And it just struck me, during the day, I'd be hanging out with Geithner, who'd think, the administration was doing a great job in coming back from the crisis, and that everything was going to be happy, and that Obama was going to be this great historical figure. And then I would, spend the afternoon with Warren, who was angry that the middle class was being forgotten and that all the banks were getting bailed out. And so there was this really interesting kind of split screen that evolved from that. I think there's a scene in the book at the very end where Geithner sort of wakes up and realizes it's after Ted Kennedy lost, or the Democrats lost Kennedy's special reelection seat, looked like it was going to kill Obama's agenda. And Geithner's sitting there with me in his office, sort of realizing, oh my God, like America hates us, and there's this huge backlash coming. To me, that backlash was really kind of the genesis of my last book, Devil's Bargain, which was about right-wing populism. But I'd kind of come out of the left policy world and had known Warren and followed this story a lot. And so for this one, I wanted to go back and look at the rise of populism on the left, which I think has been such an important shaping force in Democratic politics, and including in Joe Biden's White House.